So this build is not playing Serum Powder. Powder was pretty good though. Powder was pretty good. I'm not sure which build is going to be better. But this build is playing Simulacrum Synthesizer and Kappa Cannoneer as other payoffs. These cards are also like the idea here is that these cards make the Teeth a lot better. Now Teeth were pretty good last league. They're going to be a lot better here, where they're triggering Synthesizer for 0. Oh, this keeps happening. I keep getting this random black dot of doom. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. But Kappa Cannoneer could also be powered out kind of quicker by the Teeth here. Now, in order to facilitate this blue splash, it's very difficult to do with all these colorless utility lands. We have 4 Saga, 4 Labyrinth, 4 Sanctum. We're mostly splashing them off of 8 Talismans. All of these Talismans also cast Jegantha. the blue, green, and red, green Talismans here. In addition to our Leyline Axes. We don't have any artifact lands, so Frogmyr Enforcer is better than Sojourner's Companion. Alright, let's get going. I mean, this hand's kind of nice. It's kind of slow. It's maybe too slow on the draw. This hand can, on turn 3, play a Synthesizer and a Tooth. I think that's going to be just barely good enough for a keep for me on the draw on the blind against a mulligan. Yeah, genuinely a crazy bug. Some users see a random black dot on their screen sometimes. How did we get here? Where am I? Okay, I don't like to see that. I do have a bit of a knack to summon the card the Great Creator decks when I play decks like this sometimes, I suppose. Yeah, I honestly put the Wall of Roots bug back. Put it back. There's black dots. The card sizes are all over the place. Just put it back. It's okay. I get it. We're not ready to fix the Wall of Roots bug. By chance is the Moxfield thing loading? It should, yeah. Exclamation point deck. Maybe a misunderstanding. All right. Play your Urza's Tower, play your Karn. This build looks a lot more threatening to call this build. Yeah, I think that it might be. I kind of just wanted to try both. Yeah, there's your Urza's Tower. There's your Karn. Okay, great. I'm glad we did this. Let's do it again sometime. I'm gonna bring in the consigns. I'm gonna cut and I bring in the needle for Karn, and I'm gonna cut the Shadowspear, and then. What else are we trimming here? Maybe the Kappa Cannoneers. Could cut the Enforcers and just not be very good at imprinting to Labyrinth. I think I kind of like the idea of that. Okay, on to play. Let's go. I mulligan. There's a Leyline Axe. This ring was another land to be pretty fine. Yeah, I actually consider forging the Anchor too. You say turn 2 draw 5. This is a little bit of an optimistic outlook on forging the Anchor, but I agree. It was a card I was thinking about, and maybe we can get it in there. Yeah. I guess I don't know. This hand is not doing enough, honestly. Maybe I should put back the Consign. Isn't Damping Sphere pretty decent into traditional Tron? No. It used to be. Not anymore. It has not been good against them in a long time. It's just like... Oh, sorry. That's the cast. It has not been good against them in a long time. They curve out very low. They have Sanctum... I guess it also stops Ugin's Labyrinth. But they have Kozilek's Command. They have Talismans. You're mostly like scared of their 4-mana spells. And they just could very easily cast their 4-mana spells. It was mono blue Tron. Wasn't even traditional Tron. Okay, if we can draw one of our blue sources, I'm feeling pretty good. Ugin's Binding in the sideboard is pretty interesting. Right, I'm moving on. Moving on. Okay, I mean, this hand can play 2 Tintins on turn 1 if I draw a land. Oh no, yes. Not on turn 1, sorry. It would have to be Ugin's Labyrinth. I don't have any artifact lands in this build. But yeah, these are going to cost 2, so I can go land Shadowspear, and then the turn after Tooth, Colossus. So I'm going to keep. This hand is just a little way too juicy. Kind of the most painful draw possible. We were a card away from just absolute greatness, maybe. Could we combine it with Semblance Anvil? If we draw Axe, we can imprint them. Yeah, maybe. I could see that being a direction to go. Is this the Cauldron Grigori deck? Looks like it's Soul Trader instead. I have a new Soul Trader build with the new zombie card I'm excited for. Okay, so this lets me play a Colossus this turn, right? Yes. So we can't be too upset about this one. We can play another Colossus next turn. Or we could just equip Shadowspear. Which might be... Or we could equip Axe if we draw a land. My opponent's like, missed your first land drop. Although my opponent could also just have a Soul Trader into Gravecrawler here. It would be pretty sad. There's a Soul Trader. The new zombie card's a 2/2 that has Ward, pay 2 life, and then you can tap it to cast a zombie from the graveyard. So I built an Agatha's Soul Cauldron focused build of Warren Soul Trader combo. Unfortunately, we've died turn 3 on the play here. We're going to the next one. I'm going to bring in Needle, Flute, one less Flute in this build. Probably first Relic. I kind of like the idea of just cutting the Enforcers in this build, so I think I'm just going to do that again. Does your Cauldron zombie deck do Champion of the Parish, Ballista stuff? So I do have Ballista in the deck. I'm not playing Champion of the Parish. You're not playing enough zombies, I think. You do have Carrion Feeder, which gets a lot of counters. And then you also have a very secret Carrion Feeder, Walking Ballista card in Spymaster's Vault. So there's like a little bit of a pseudo combo where you have Carrion Feeder, Gravecrawler, Carrion Feeder board. You sack a lot of stuff, or Soul Trader, sack a lot of stuff. Then you Spymaster's Vault, dig for Ballista, put a ton of counters on a creature, discard Ballista, Cauldron Ballista, pop off. So this is part of the deck. And I'm pretty excited for it. We get to play Mirren Crusader in the sideboard, and we can buff Mirren Crusader with Spymaster's Vault and with Agatha's Soul Cauldron, which I think that's pretty cool too. Hopefully we can get to that one tomorrow. I noticed that deck was still using Apprentice as a win con. Thoughts on Wayward Servant instead? Apprentice is just way better, I think, but or I guess sorry, maybe a Wayward Servant is better for the zombie version, but that one doesn't drain, right? It just deals a damage. If it drains and you gain a life, it's something we can consider. It does. Yeah. No, that's a great suggestion. I think I will probably. Oh, I'm gonna click. I have clicked the keep button. That is a great suggestion. I think I may look into building the deck that way. Yeah. So I will play this end of turn. So this way, if I draw another one, I can go 0 mana Scale and play Kappa Cannoneer on turn 2. Yeah, great suggestion. I think that I will go ahead and make that change. There's also there's another zombie that does a very similar thing, right? Apprentice could also get counters for Cauldron. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could maybe play both. But the Wayward Servant, like the life gain on it's a really big deal, and it is a zombie, and you're cast a zombie from the graveyard deck. So I think if we're like leaning into testing this new card, we probably should be playing that one. Wayward Servant doesn't make you token, you can sack. Yeah, I mean, I agree this other one's better in general, but now that we have zombie sub theme, I think we need to test the zombie sub theme card. I think. Corpse Knight, but it doesn't gain you life. Right, that's the one I was thinking of. I didn't realize it didn't gain you life. Well. So kind of similar to last game, we're presenting a turn 3 kill, or sorry, turn 4 kill? one turn too slow if my opponent again has their turn 3 kill. But I can equip a Leyline Axe next turn, attack for 22 trample plus the Kappa Cannoneer. Oh, huh. I mean, I'd rather have the Colossus in play, so I don't know if that was right. Corral with the 17 months? Maybe they have another copy or something. Mini Cauldron decks play 1 Cutthroat, replacing the Servant sounds very smart. Yeah, Servant seems just way better, especially with the zombie theme. Maybe we could also play the 2/2 when a zombie dies, draw a card. I don't know. I'll rework it before we play the deck. All right, there's a supplier. Too bad this is a scale and not a tooth. I'm a little bit scared of a second flare. Like if I draw a land and I like equip instead of playing the ring and they flare, I'm gonna feel so bad. Instead, I just get to turn my brain off and equip a Leyline Axe. Now it's 24 trample damage thanks to Tooth. So they may die if they block with the intention of going to 1 or 2. Also, their life total is just going to be too low to combo too, which is nice. Seems like they would have flared already. No, not Cryptbreaker. There's a 2/2 that it's a 2/2 zombie for 2 black mana that says whenever a zombie dies, draw a card. Not Cryptbreaker. I'm not going to register Cryptbreaker. Dude, these like secret Tooth lethal draws have been so fun. They've been like unbelievably fun. Yeah, Undead Augur. How could I've trophied with that card like 2 or 3 times. I've forgotten the name. Who have I become? I don't even know Undead Augur anymore. 4 dogs would be so pissed. Oh, I guess they were dead already. Okay, that worked. Let's run it back. Can you hear Esther coughing in the background? My asthmatic wife. Wayward also lets, yeah, Wayward, the life gain on Wayward is really nice. I like the suggestion. I think it's very good. Doesn't damping shut their combo down? Well, we have 2 flutes, a needle, and a relic to stop the combo down, and the damping sphere can be a bit of a double-edged sword for us. So I think it's a bit better to just lean in on these other cards instead. You don't need infinite answers to the combo. Like potentially I would play more relics if I wanted like 1 or 2 more. And it also doesn't exactly shut the combo down. It just kind of makes it to where they're dealing you like 4 to 6 damage a turn instead of 20. And if you've like taken time off to play Damping Sphere, if you're slowing yourself down, if you're turning on your own labs, it can be a bit awkward. My crazer is this update super laggy. Okay, the lag seems to be targeting people at random. It seems to be an impartial god that is, it just, some days and some nights you will just be laggy and other people won't be. I've had a lot of nights recently where I'm trying to test and it takes me like an hour to play a match because it's laggy. I can't even restart Magic Online. It's so bad. And then in the morning it's fine. And like there have been times where I'm not experiencing lag and it's like very clear my opponents are. And I blame the Wall of Roots bug. Put it back. Put the Wall of Roots bug back, dude. The Magic Online is not working anymore. It was load bearing. Put it back. It was a necessary evil. It was. Put it back. Okay, I revealed Jegantha again. Is a new combat thing. I don't know. It hasn't come up yet. I assume it's live, I guess. All right, gonna mulligan this one. Yeah, they fixed the Wall of Root bug, but at what cost? At what cost? Okay. This hand can cast the 1 ring on turn 2. I have elected to keep this hand. I think I'm gonna put back Urza Saga. No, I should keep the Saga. It's just really important that I use this to needle the combo, actually. Nihiri, Forge, and Fury sounds really funny in this kind of shell. That's the Phyrexian one? Okay, this is a 6-mana card. Affinity for equipment. Okay, so affinity with Leyline Axe. Whenever an equipped creature you control attacks, exile top card play this turn. Interesting. I think we're going to get Bowmastered. This opponent seems to know when to cast Bowmaster. Maybe when they ban the ring, people will like Magic again. Draw a card here. That's a pretty fun draw. They have 6 cards in their hand. The Tooth and Scales are equipment. They are not equipment. Sorry. Where did that? I guess they surveilled this into the yard. That's a nightmare. Let's see what we draw. So, but mana short of Synthesizer, Tooth, make a Saga token. I think I'm also 1 mana short of Synthesizer, Scale, Colossus in hand, cast Colossus. I think I'm gonna tap the ring. Like if I just draw another Scale, this I can have an insane turn. Okay, there we go. Seems to be worth. Scry 2. I think I'll keep the Relic. Construct. Construct. Construct and a Tintin. Yeah, it's 3 or greater. So yeah, the Synthesizer plus the Teeth goes pretty crazy. Okay, that's okay. They sacked their Bowmaster. I mean, I guess they can Nightmare it back. Oh yeah, I do need to change the stream title. That was a good turn. I'm glad we tapped the ring. My opponent's got 3 cards and a Nightmare in hand. They can do some damage. Yuki, thank you for the raid. Hope you're doing well today. I guess should I have sacked my ring already? I don't exactly get this attack either. Just deal damage, I guess. Could this have been an Emery deck? Okay. There have been a lot of suggestions for 1 mana 1 mana spells with a color and the casting cost. Emery, Ancient Stirrings, Enigma Jewel. Some people should have suggested Moon Snare Prototype. No one has suggested it. Shame on all of you. The problem with all of these cards, is that they cost a color and they're one they cost a color, they're 1 mana, and our deck is playing 4 Urza Saga, 4 Ugin's Labyrinth, 4 Sanctum of Ugin. We have to play all these cards. These cards are too good to not play. So we are just not going to have consistency colored mana on turn 1. It just can't happen with the way this deck is constructed. And because that's the case, I don't think you can play cards like Emery and all this. And you'd have to build the deck pretty differently, and I think you'd have to just build it in a way that is worse. Map. I'm not a huge fan of map in decks like this, but you could play a map. That one's fine. I thought about suggesting Moon Snare. Do you get credit? You do get credit, yeah. Alright, so my opponent's conniving for 2. So if I sack a Talisman and the Ring, I'm going to have 9 mana value of non-creature artifacts, 10 when I get Needle or Shadowspear, 11 when I cast my Relic that I'm drawing for turn. Yeah, you could play Metamorph. It would be a pretty different build, and it would be kind of slow and dirtily, and so like I don't know that it's a better... I guess it's better to sack both of these. Oh my gosh, I needed to sack the Ring. That was the whole idea. Fuck. It's okay, I guess, but Sorry, it was better to sack the. It was better to sack the ring. It's kind of okay though, because I'm just gonna be able to get Shadowspear and then have Relic up, and I just should be okay. Okay, so draw the Relic that I scribe to the top with my synthesizer. Grab the Shadowspear. Cast the Relic with floating mana. Cast our Metalwork Colossus. Trigger. And maybe it's better to Legend Rule Ring than it is to equip the Spear. No, I think I'll just go equip and then equip also on defense so they can't attack and like drain me that way. And then also have the Relic activation up, of course, for War and Soul Trader. So we could lose to them having Soul Trader plus second Gravecrawler, I guess. Oh my gosh, I don't know why. I also totally meant to attack with these constructs. Again, it's a little past my bedtime. Sorry about that. I kind of can't lose if I just attack with these constructs and they have to chump both of them and have no board. Sorry. The good news is also, though, our life total is high enough that we can't die. But going a little too fast here. Staddle the 14 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Why do we Colossus Instep? So I had a cascading series of little punts here where I Colossus Instep because I meant to sack the ring. This is like one weird thing my brain does sometimes when I play Magic, and I don't know how to get around this. This happens usually when I'm looting. Like, I will think about looting a specific card away, okay? I think about looting a specific card away. And then my opponent takes like a minute, and then I finally get to do the thing I've been planning to do. Then when I get to do that thing, I, in my mind, have already discarded the thing. In this case, in my mind, I've already sacrificed the ring. And so my mind is like, okay, now I need to sacrifice something else. Because my mind has this card already sacrificed. It already has it discarded. This happened on my first ever feature match when I played Phoenix on camera. And I cast Faithless Looting. I discarded only one card, and I meant to discard the Phoenix. And then Cedric Phillips was like, cheating in Magic is pretty. You gotta really watch for stuff. And then they let me go back and discard the Phoenix. Like, oh no, he's just dumb. But I don't know. It's just this weird dialogue tree that happens to me. It happens to me like once a month. And I don't know how to defeat it. That's a behavioral science thing, I think. Yeah, I'm like very aware of like what's happening, but I wish I could contain it, you know. That's a clear sign of Alzheimer's. Well, fuck, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you for sharing. I will be learning some standard for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna bottom a basic island and then put this axe into play. We have a lot of good top decks. Breakout gets you dorks that can magically cast more spells. I mean, I've been clickbaited a little bit here, I think. Alright, so I think I'm going to play the island turn 1. So if I draw an Imprintable for Labyrinth, I can go Synthesizer on turn 2. Our Belcher matchup game 1's kind of tough, but then we get to bring in Consigns and Needle effects. Turn 1 Elf into Vitality into Untap Kill. You got Untap Kill. I was told this was a Storm deck. What? I don't understand what the Storm Kill is here. Vitality makes your Storm Splitters tap for mana. Ah, okay. So you kind of have to have multiples, but I see. Thank you. Okay, let's see what they put a whir into their hand up the Archaeologist. We'll play a Synthesizer. Got a high roll here. You don't need multiples. I mean, it doesn't win immediately, right? Like the copy. You don't need multiples. The copies enter untapped. Yeah, they enter untapped, and then you have to tap them to cast another one to like actually win the game on turn 3, right? You can't chip and kill the Board of Otters. I mean, I kind of understand the concept now. I'm just mostly confused by the winning the game on turn 3 clickbait. I don't know that you could do it without a second one, right? All Storm Splitters will make copies, so it gets exponential. What does this card do? Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a token that's a copy of Storm Splitter. Exile the token to give it next end step. Okay. For some reason, I thought this card was, when you cast it, you get a copy of it for each other spell you've cast this turn. Oh, I missed a damage, sorry. Oh, that's pretty cool. We do have lethal next turn with the axe. I haven't been belched yet either. Didn't read the card, didn't understand the card. Well, I have read the card, I just misremembered, I guess, what the text on the card was. Yeah, we did miss a damage last turn. Let's see what we top deck. Draw an Ugin's Labyrinth. Well, I'm not going to wait. If our opponent has a Sink into the Stupor, so be it. If they have main deck Portable Hole to whir for, they have to sack the Lotus Bloom if they target the token. Playing Dimir Mill, very cool. Yeah, Storm Splitter seems pretty cool. Can't they use Lotus to improvise? Oh, I guess so, yeah. I guess I've never seen a Lotus improvise before. I think my opponent has another copy of Whir in their hand, so I kind of fear that if we don't draw a Colossus or is yeah, Companion's going to be... Companion's a little short here. I fear we'll be done for. We'll see, I guess. Okay, so I've resolved a ring. Colossus or Companion. I guess the Colossus doesn't even do it anymore because we're just not... not able to equip the axe anymore. And I think we're going to get word. Yes. All right. Game 2, we can get a lot better post board with needles, consigns, and flutes in the deck. Shadowspear is coming out. I've been kind of liking cutting the Frogmyrs. Colossus was exactly lethal. Oh, right. It was exactly lethal even without the equip. Maybe I'm going to cut the rings, actually. Ring is not really it against them. I usually cut them. Yeah, let's do this. So what's the consensus on this deck? Any good? It's been okay. We 3-2'd our first league with the Colossus version. You know, we're 1-1 down a game here. There's some potential. We're doing some powerful stuff. No one is excited that we're playing Teeth and Scales and Metalwork Colossus. We're all just, didn't break it. Let's go next. So that seems to be the consensus in the chat at the moment, which, you know, is what it is. One day I'll grow a personality and then people will just love anything I play. But until that day, I'll keep trying to break it. Until that day, I'll keep trying to break it. Zombies. I don't know if we're going to get the zombies today. I'm excited for Cure tomorrow. I'm pretty excited for Colossus too. To be honest, waiting for this deck a long time. Me too. We're not gonna abandon Colossus after today. Basically, no matter what happens. One, I think this deck has been like good enough to like continue to work on, and it's also I think very exciting. The Teeth and the Scales have been like pretty interesting cards to figure out. Also, it's kind of awful that this hand has Pithing Needle in it, because that's what I would want to tutor. I boarded out my Shadowspear, so I just have the key, which, oh, sorry, there's no key in this build. I only have one Saga target right now. I don't really think I can mulligan a hand that has the needle, though, and I can go turn to Talisman Boots, and then I can just like Saga token Boots. Did I see Wimby versus the King's Last Night? I did not know. Esther and I were playing Knights of the Old Republic last night, and I will give you no spoilers, but those of you who have played the game, Esther got to the big moment that leads you into Act 3, and it was awesome. I recorded her reaction, but I don't know. I can't really post it because I might spoil a 20-year-old game. Any chance you'd ever stream Balatro? I have streamed Balatro, actually. I've streamed probably like 20 hours of Balatro, something in that range. I think Fabrication Foundry is a card that can be broken in the shell. Okay, broken in the shell. Okay, so this is the white mana rock, right? Let me just needle real quick. Spend this mana only to cast artifact. Activability of artifact source, not a problem. 2 white, tap, exile one or more other artifacts you control with total mana value X. Return artifact card with mana value X less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So what are we reanimating with this card? I see it. Yeah, I mean, you could go in a white direction. You could play Portable Hole. We're not fiddle bending, of course. Mindslaver, but like, how is a Mindslaver just gonna be in the graveyard? You know, you can't just go digging for gold without. Okay, the entombing the gold is not really a good metaphor. Okay, can I play Frogmyr Enforcer this turn? Don't think I can. Oh, how did I realize I had no tutor targets? Kind of off of it today. Okay, I think we play this Sanctum though. We might want to prototype. Yeah, probably not. The next just Saga token, play Saga, attack 4. A bunch. Fiddle bin plus lightning boots like the good old days. It's the good old days are over. We gotta make some new days. Okay, so I have 5 artifacts. So okay, so I can go Tooth, and then I can spend a mana for a frog, and then I can cast another frog. Oh, they consign this dude? I didn't get anything last turn. Imagine Consign being this bad against the Colossus deck. This is a Tooth, right? So this is... I put them to 1 life point? It seems correct. They do get to Lotus here, but the fact that they're at 1 life point means they can't pay any life to Tamashii. So if they were going to Tamashii off the Lotus Bloom, float a white mana, they shouldn't have enough mana to go play Belcher and activate me under any circumstance that I can see. But that, I don't know if that means I'm going to die. There is the Tamashii. So they can activate Tamashii twice. They won't be able to play an untapped land, so this is going to effectively net them 5 total mana. Cost 7 to play and activate Belcher, and I also have a Needle on Belcher. So I guess they're going to have to do something like play 2 Portable Holes or something. Okay, we're going to game 3. I think we're just going to run it back. We could play a Relic, actually. Kind of nice against the Tamashii. Let's do that. Yeah, random temporary lockdown. I've seen some people play Wrath the Skies in Belcher, which is only a little unhinged. It was kind of interesting. I just want to turn 1 Colossus like once today. I had this idea for Pioneer. How's it faring in Modern? It's been all right. We're doing some powerful stuff. What's cool is like we don't have a losing record. We're like 4-3 at the moment, despite like we haven't done this thing very much at all. So I think that's kind of a promising dynamic here. It's not great against... I mean, we've turn 1 Saga against Belcher. That's always really, really important. Like, when we're not having our nut draws, we're not playing Colossus turn 2 every game, but we still have a winning record. I think that is an excellent sign. Especially because this list feels like it could use a lot of tuning. So I, yet again, have drawn my needle. That might be okay, because they can't consign. Still think Goblin Charbelcher is going to be the name. So after I play my Tooth, I'm going to have 8 total mana value for the Colossus. 9 after we get Lavaspur Boots. So these will be 0 mana if we draw like a Talisman or a Tooth. Not quite that lucky. Can't prototype this without red mana. I might want to get Relic of the Saga. Do you ever think about March of Burgeoning Life and Kona could have potential turn 1 omniscience? Okay, I don't think that that's true. Let's see what they do with this archaeologist. Okay, this a turn 1 omniscience of Kona with March of Burgeoning Life. I do not remember that card being that good. That it could possibly do anything like this. Don't you have to exile a creature with the same name? As additional costs, exile a number of green cards. Choose target creature with mana value less than X. Search your library for a creature with the same name. Okay, you have been lost in the sauce. Unfortunately, I wish I had better news for you. Okay, it does seem I should probably just grab the relic and then put 30 power into play. Okay, so I've been thwarted. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1 mana short of casting a Colossus here. Or they show they pitched another shoal to show. They knew. I mean, it was pretty telegraphed. Why not run blue-red Talisman with Frogmyr? I have 4 of them in the deck. Thank you for joining. There are 4 of them in the deck. Please subscribe. Love you. All right, there's a Bloom coming down. We do have a needle on Charbelcher at the moment.
I'm just letting you know that I'm going to go to the gym after my lesson.
That's great.
Feel free to go as long as you want.
Okay, I'm not sure how long, but we'll keep going. So they play a Goblin Charbelcher. They have 2 cards in their hand. I'm going to tap the relic. Don't want to sack it. Kind of need the 1 mana value here. It's good they don't have Sink into the Stupor up here. So there's not really any need to sack the second Sanctum of Ugin because I can only Colossus 1 time here. Because this is, it's still going to cost 2 mana. But now we've got a 10/10 in play. Now we also don't have Relic up anymore. Maybe popping end of turn to play around Tamashi was good, but they also have to have land Tamashi. It's probably okay. There's land. Another copy of Goblin Charbelcher. Okay, so we have a load-bearing Pithing Needle, it seems. We have a lot of good top decks. Including that one. That's kind of the best one. Yeah, I wasn't sure how good the Teeth of the Scales would play, but they've been incredible. Incredible so far. Okay, I'm going to sack the Relic, so Tamashi is not an out for them. It's probably like their best draw here. Might as well pop one of these into play. Imagine, if you will, Hurkyl's Recall. Imagine Hurkyl's Recall. There you go. We're dead to Portable Hole. We're dead to the Gift of Tapped Frog card. They didn't have that card last turn. Hurkyl's Recall would be good here. They don't have it. We're 2-1 again. If this like Shadowspear was an imprintable, we could go turn 1 Talisman, turn 2 Synthesizer Tooth. Be pretty nice. I think I am playing Saga Shadowspear turn 1. Well, no, go Labyrinth. Just gonna put that into play, don't mind me. I'm not even, oh, sorry. I should be casting my spell. My opponent did reveal Jegantha, so they could be playing the mirror here. Not super likely, I suppose. My opponent has decided to go Sacred Foundry, Ocelot Pride. We'll see how that works out for them. I'm pretty excited to Simulacrum Synthesizer into Tooth next turn. Potentially scrying into a land to play the Ring on turn 4. We also have enough to Colossus, so Colossus would be insane top deck. Says the guy who built a deck around Colossus, I guess. A second copy has hit the battlefield. Are there any reasonable mana fixers you could get off Saga that could be added to this deck? You could get a Star, a Sphere, or a Springleaf Drum. I don't think I really want to play any of these, but those are your options. Tooth has Flash. I know the Tooth has Flash. I'm not going to play the... Oh, you're saying play the Tooth as a combat trick to surprise them. Okay. Tooth does have Flash, huh? Okay, so we'll stack the deck like this so that we can play Ring, then we can draw Colossus off the Ring. Then we can cast 2 Colossuses and make 2 more constructs. I'm gonna end the stream if they hit a Blood Moon. Okay, they hit a Static Prison. Pretty sad. Not stream ending sad, but pretty sad that I'm not going to make like 4 more constructs next turn. We do get 1 5/5. Is the Saga Shuffle a May? Oh, is it a May? I guess it's not a May. More Despair. We still draw the Sanctum of Ugin. Alright, grab the boots. That's a lot of cats. That's a lot of energy. There's a Kappa Cannoneer, which we could maybe haste and Shadowspear equip. Maybe. Does it even do anything? I don't know. This Boros energy deck is something for sure. Would Fountain Port Bell be a good enough mana sinker you can draw a card with floating mana from Urza Saga? I mean, I don't know exactly that we'd need a mana fixer off Saga, but when it enters, search your library for basic, reveal it, put it on top, draw a card. I don't know, maybe. I've never played with that card. It doesn't seem super exciting. Okay, I'm going down to 14. I'm drawing 2 more cards. We've successfully found a Metalwork Colossus, which means we can double Colossus. What should be the ban, according to you, from Boros Energy? I would ban Jegantha. I would ban the One Ring, and I would ban no other card from Boros Energy right now. If I was going to ban another card, it would be Raptor, but I'm not going to. I don't think you should ban another card right now. I would also unban a few cards, but that's kind of neither here nor there, honestly. Okay, so I have 4 mana available to me. So 1 mana short of... Oh, no, I can 22 Trample Haste, and it's just not enough. Can I play a Talisman first? Could not play a Talisman first. Do you think Glimpse of Nature could be unbanned? I wouldn't. I don't think I'd really support it. It makes turns take really way too long. Don't you think banning the ring and nothing else will make Boros energy more powerful and slower decks more crap? Don't you? I don't. I think that. Sorry for the British accent. Sorry to all the British fans out there. Yeah, I don't think that. Okay, so they're gonna Galvanic Discharge. Oh, they're. Listen, the ring is the best card in the deck. Boros Energy was a much more manageable deck back before they played the One Ring. You can post your opinion where you want. You asked my opinion. This is my opinion. I've spent some time thinking about what I would do to the modern ban list. Wait, they're targeting the cat token? They have enough energy to kill this. Like, there was a time before Boros Energy played the ring, it was a much easier deck to attack, a much easier deck to defeat. Before they played Indestructible Card Draw Engine and Blood Moon and Resilient Graveyard based threat. There was a time when they didn't have all of these cards in the deck, and the deck was much easier to attack in this time. What am I missing here? They just didn't need to discharge their own token. That's a ritual, but we're gonna go to game 2 one way or another. Guide does too much. This is a very popular opinion. Ban Guide of Souls. I am not in this camp. At the very least, I just kind of want to see what Modern is like. Son's Ring. Jegantha is also really silly. It got a big buff from Arena of Glory. It just goes in too many decks for free. That one should probably also go. It's also set release day, and I would have some fun instead of complaining about bans all day for whatever that's worth. But I will say that all of the most busted energy draws involve Amped Raptor, and I kind of think Amped Raptor would be the card I would ban if I wanted to nerf the Boros energy archetype. But I know banning Guide of Souls is very popular. I will say that if you want to blow out the deck, a lot of the times that happens against Guide of Souls. Your Pyroclasms, your Temporary Lockdowns, your Wrath the Skies. These are all cards that are very good against like the Guide of Souls and Johnny Ocelot Pride draws. Those draws are the ones that you can like effectively have a sideboard card for and defeat. If you compare that to them having access to also Ring, Blood Moon, Flage, the combination of those three things as a top end after you blow them out with a sweeper is much harder for you to plan for. And that this is my opinion. Let's play some new cards. Guide of Souls is a very good card. I agree. Ban Guide of Souls would ban the deck. This is silly, I think, but I disagree at the very least. Alright, we're gonna... Oh, so I thought this was Ugin's Labyrinth. Ugh. Went from excited keep to sad mulligan. This hand's also very close. I think on the play against Energy, this matchup does not seem very good. I'm going to keep and hope to draw a land and have like a pretty powerful hand. And if we miss on our land, then we go to match 5 of this league. Creativity will come back. Maybe. So they choose the Axe instead of the Talisman. I'm going to go ahead and play a Scale out. So I have 5 mana value. Could you not cast Scale there? It says Flash. It could have been okay to hold it, because if we draw Synthesizer, we'll have Wish we held it, but I think we have enough draws that we would have preferred to not. Okay, unfortunately, can't cast anything. We could have popped off were it not for the Static Prison. They're going to tick down to 1 energy. Thankfully, we don't have that many good cards for them to hit with the Ragavan. What was the consensus on Mockingbird and Energy? I'm not sure. I like the card a lot, Energy. They hit the ring, so if they have a land, this was a pretty good hit for them. I liked Mockingbird in the Jeskai builds. I thought it was a pretty good mirror breaker, but this was before they started to play the ring. So if they ban ring, I think the Mockingbird builds could come back. They play a Charm instead of the ring. Is the deck list wrong? I'm not seeing Cannoneer prototype card. Yeah, maybe, I guess, did I just go this whole time without updating the list? Sorry about that. Right, there's an Amtraptor, some bricks here. They hit a Blood Moon that they cannot cast, but they do get to have 2 energy to sink into their static prison here. Now, if I draw any land, I can play Kappa Cannoneer, catch back up on board some, although they have another Charmal. Let's finish up the league. 3-2 the last league, see if we 3-2 this one. There's a synthesizer. I guess I should have been a little bit more specific. Okay, let's keep this. This is 7 mana value. So if we play Saga turn 1, that gives us 8, which gives us enough to cast Colossus on turn 3. So I think I keep and then put this Axe into play and then play the Saga. What else are we playing today? I'm not sure. To some extent, I don't want to go too late because the days where I stream like late into the evening, then wake up and then like get back into my schedule are kind of tough. So I kind of want to take a break and read some and watch the Penguin tonight. But we'll see. Have I thought about Mardu Energy with Alesia? I haven't built it yet, but that's something I want to play. Hopefully tomorrow or the day after. I've never played Inscription. No. Okay, we're playing against Energy again. Hooray! We've drawn a Frogmyr Enforcer. I'm going to play a Sanctum of Ugin. I will play a Tooth end of turn, which will allow me to Metalwork next turn. Cast a 10/10. Potentially can give it double strike soon. We'll see what happens. My opponent cracks a Marsh Flats. We're hoping for Goblin Bombardment or a Johnny, I guess. Or Raptor into a removal spell. Not that. They also just have another spell here, which is just the worst possible. No comment. Taking one. If we could draw like a Tooth, which is funny how like or a Tooth or a Scale. It's kind of funny how often another copy of this would just be so insane. But if we have seven more of these, if we top deck them, we get to get Boots or Shadowspear, and then put 2 Metalwork Colossus into play. Maybe also a Frogmyr. So not quite that lucky. So what am I getting? I guess I'm getting the Shadowspear. And then how are we feeling about grabbing another Metalwork Colossus here? My 22 trample isn't enough to threaten lethal. I think I'll say no because I have the Frogmyr in my hand to maybe trigger this a bit later. What have I thought about the Penguin? I've liked it so far. I haven't seen the last episode. It's been pretty good. Oh, we have a Tooth, so it's actually 24 damage we're attacking for, which may not be enough. And maybe it will be. Maybe we'll draw another Tooth. Okay, so this is going to gain them a lot. A lot. Could another Tooth ever be lethal here? Oh, they didn't attack? What? Guess why would you need to? Okay, well, let's go for Shadowspear first. The no attack, I guess, means they have Galvanic Discharge, but if they somehow don't, we might get them over the course of 2 turns. Do you think swapping out the Cannoneer playset with another Enforcer would also make the labs better? They wouldn't make Labyrinth worse. The Labyrinth would be better. Kappa Cannoneer is a good card. I would probably prefer to keep Cannoneer in for now, but it would make that one better. Okay, so they are unexerting this Arena of Glory. Do they think they could escape Flage? Maybe. Guide of Souls. Does anybody have any opinions about this one? Is the deck command wrong? I thought I updated it correctly. It may be wrong still. No, there's Cannoneers here. Right up here. I'm hoping that my opponent, I mean, this is low level commentary, but I'm hoping my opponent can't kill my Colossus, and then I get to equip my Leyline Axe, which is not going to be enough to kill them. I think. Yeah, not going to be enough to kill them, but it will be enough to drain them for 26. And then we can have like a fun like lifelink battle here. Fun. Not going to be enough to kill them. I have 5 artifacts in play. So if I draw another Tooth or Scale, I can go Frogmyr. Yeah, I only have 5, so I can go. I can go Boots, and I can spend a mana to cast this. I could get another Colossus, but then I can't equip the Axe, and the Axe is just worth so much. I think I just play the Boots.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
Obviously, if they have a discharge for the Colossus, that is bad for me. If this is tank discharge, come on. It needs. You should have cast it already. Is Caller better than Spear? So lifelink Death Touch gets 3 big blockers. No, come on. We're attacking with 12 double strikers, 13 double strikers. We need Trample. Okay, they didn't have it. We're at 41. Will this be enough? Find out. Might be losing this race. Yeah, the cat overrun would kill me. Okay. So, usually when you don't attack with a creature, that's because you're planning on blocking with it. Is my opponent planning on blocking with both Guide of Souls? Also, who knows how much damage this is? Magic Online can... Okay, I'm at 19, they're at 19. Somehow, we're at the same life total. They're going to gain another 6, up to 25. And then I can haste a second Metalwork Colossus here, so I can have like what, like 30 trample damage coming in. My opponents also played nothing. They didn't play a land, and they didn't play a spell. How do they have 3 cards in their hand with no relevant land, no relevant spell? Could they all be Lightning Bolt? Could there be a Blood Moon that they don't want to play because of the Arena of Glory? Potentially. So the Synthesizer is a pretty interesting top deck. I can play Synthesizer, I can play Frogmyr Enforcer, and then I can play another Metalwork Colossus that I get off the Sanctum of Ugin, giving me 2 Constructs of Scry 2, and I can haste another one. Is that going to be better than me just spending 1 mana to cast this Frogmyr Enforcer, getting another Metalwork Colossus, giving that Colossus haste with Boots, giving that other Colossus trample or with the Shadowspear? Then this still has trample from the Axe. So this would be, we'll say this is still 12 power or 24 power because of the Tooth. So that would be 24 plus 11 plus 12, so 36 trample. That seems to be not enough. It seems to be not enough. So let's go for the Synthesizer line. This Axe does trigger the Synthesizer. I think we're shuffling anyways. It's 24, not 26 with Tooth. I was counting Tooth. If you did the math and it came out different and you were counting Tooth, let me know, I guess, but I was counting Tooth. Am I dead on the backswing? I really hope that. I hope I'm not. My opponent's at 3. I'm at 47. Your turn. I don't think they have 47. It's like 12 in the air with the Ocelots. Or whatever, right? I block 4 creatures. Yeah, they have 47. Okay. Way ahead. Yeah, Bombardment would be pretty good here. A Johnny plus removal spell for a Johnny. Aren't they getting 30 plus life here? I mean, they're attacking for like 30 though, so but yeah, we're like we're okay. They continue to leave back these Gyda Souls. Opponent has 3 lands in hand. Well, they don't have 3 lands in hand. They would have played at least one of them last turn, right? Their hand has to be like some combination of Lightning Bolt and Blood Moon, right? Those are the only cards that are just dead. Maybe Flage? No, they would cast a Flage. I don't know what their hand can be. It's kind of crazy. They have 4 cards in their hand, and they're somehow seeming to be all bricks. Leaving Guide back now makes sense. I don't know. I feel like they should be giving it flying. They should be giving the guides flying and getting in with them, probably. Maybe they just need the lifelink from the cats. I don't know. These board states are obviously a hassle. One more Ocelot, but doesn't want to break Magic Online. Weirdly plausible. Okay, I'm at 19. They're at 17 this time. Although they're going to gain 6 more on their instep. They played an Arid Mesa. Very bizarre. Very bizarre indeed. They would play Bolt for Flage. Yeah, tell me, I guess their hand could be all lands and they just are frustratingly not playing them. Well, that makes absolutely no sense. Oh, I said 6 points. It's 12 life on the instep. They could have top deck Galvanic. Maybe. So I just sacked my Sanctum of Ugin, so I can't cast this. My opponent is at 29 life. They have 10 points of toughness. I have the ability to move a Leyline Axe over to a Construct. 12-12. 14-14. So this is 28 trample damage. This will be reduced to 12 trample damage. So that's 40 trample damage against a 29 life opponent who has 10 toughness. By my calculations, that's enough. I also might as well attack with the other creatures because either they kill a creature on offense or they kill a creature on defense. Shouldn't be all that different. They did not reveal Jegantha. Probably better to move the spear instead of the axe. This is more damage. This creature is bigger than this creature. Oh, I guess they are the same size, actually. It should be the same, then. Blue Sky account. When I have one. I have one. I'm going to forget the tooth. I'm not going to forget. I keep turning off the yields. Although I might not do anything if they're just dead. 24 plus 11. Yeah, I'm just going to not click anything because why do I need to click anything if they're dead if they just click OK right now? No. I feel like they were toying with me the whole time. Well, I do think this is bad news for this deck. That Guide of Souls plus Ocelot Pride are just better than Metalwork Colossus. Yeah, Mega Soul Roll for sure. My opponent somehow had Galvanic Discharge in their hand. After blocking my creature. I don't know if they're playing around something. That's okay. I'm gonna keep this one. It kind of feels like their hand was maybe multiple Galvanic Discharges, and it's starting to seem like the most plausible outcome is that they're just messing with us. I don't know. Yeah, that was game 1 though. I'd like to have a more optimistic view of that game. I'm having kind of a hard time. Kind of having a hard time. They graveyard a Raptor, probably need lands. They had a Fatal Push. They were Mardu the whole time? Okay, so they had Fatal Pushes in their hand. How are they Mardu the whole time? Doesn't make any sense. There's their Ocelot Pride. Yeah, why do they still have Fatal Push it is maybe the better question. Okay, well, man, short of doing anything. Fun deck, at least. Yeah, they do constructs, that's true. Fun deck. It's probably better than Bolt and Discharge most of the time. I would say Discharge could just kill Colossus, like you saw that game. Yeah, maybe. Lars, the 29 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. Wait, what's funny about the blue-red talisman comment is like both of my talismans cast Jegantha. Oh, sorry, but this one only prototypes. I do have the other one on there though. Okay, a lot of good top decks. This is not one of them. All right, good night. Why would you consider this fun? I had a ton of fun with this Metalwork Tooth deck. We went 5 and 5 with it. For what this deck is, for having the full 8 of these in our deck with 4 Metalwork Colossus and 4 Leyline Axe, to go 5 and 5 to me is very fun. I had a blast. These last couple matches were not as fun. I agree. I would really encourage y'all to try to have some fun during set release. For me, this is my favorite part of Magic is like set release, trying new cards for 2-time brewing. I had a great time this league. I know a lot of people in the chat just want to complain about Ring and Energy, but that's what we've been doing all this time. We have time for some new cards. 0-5 versus Boros. Yeah, I think we're 0-4 against Boros, and then we were like 5 and 1 against everything else, which is I don't know what that means, but it means something maybe. No, we didn't win versus 40 Cats. So I do think I'm going to pause here for tonight. That way I can just kind of relax and get back on my normal schedule after switching to late night due to maintenance. But yeah, that is going to be it for me today. I'm going to rate Jarvis and never get to...